What's going on, y'all? This afternoon, this is the Battle Blaster coming back at you. Having my little stogie, and I was thinking about some stuff because I heard some things, and I thought I would talk about them. And I just got something from a friend. He sent this piece from 1984. If you don't know what George Orwell is, I think you need to look up George Orwell. He was a writer. He wrote a book called 1984. And in the caption that he sent me, it says, "Football, beer, and all above, football, beer, and above all, gambling filled up the horizons of their minds. To keep them in control was not difficult." If you ever see this movie, please, if you can find it, rent it, or buy it. Get the book, because they're trying to take the book out of circulation. It's called 1984. That's the name of the book in the movie. George Orwell was one of those cats who could see the future. 1984 was about I can't even say it right, totalitarian regime, and it turned the United States as well as the world into this one world type situation where the mega rich ran everything, and people like me and you, we were just slaves to the rhythm. We did everything that we were supposed to do. This is who we were. We were just workers. We would work. I think they worked like I believe some of people work 12 to 18-hour shifts in some portions of the movies and all that. It was weird, but it's crazy. But they talk about how people lost their freedoms, and the main character, he was regretting a lot of things. And he was thinking like maybe what was going down was wrong, to treat people the way they were being treated. Maybe humanity needs another chance at life. Stuff like that. It's just the fact that everything became slave oriented. You know what I mean? There was no vacation. There was no days off. Everybody worked every day, 24 hours a day type of deal. That's what brings me here today with this here that I'm about to talk about. See, we're at a very, very critical junction in humanity's history. We are living that 1984 uplead right now. And when I mean the uplead, the leading up to being told that we have no rights. All of us. That's white, black, everybody. Because right now, there's a free fall. Right now. Everybody seems like they got a problem with black folks. Black folks are just trying to stay Like, all we trying to do is just stay above water. The white governments, the white powers that be have made black people public enemy numero uno. We are public enemy number one in this world. And we treat ourselves the same way that white folks treat us. I watch as we walk into a place, we'll speak to white people before we speak to ourselves a lot of times. Everybody hates us because they're told to hate us. You know what I mean? We are the bread, the butter, the cream of this motherfucker, of the earth, period. The black man and woman is the most copied people on the face of the earth. Not only we're the most copied, but we're the most hated. We're the most stolen from. I watched as I watched as different cultures will break their neck to speak to each other. But when it comes to us, they don't speak to us. I don't know why. Black people has never really done anything to no one. These people have always put divides against us. They always put some type of wall between all of us. And then they sat down and said to the other individuals, don't trust those people over there. If you want to be close to us, you got to hate them as much as we hate them. And they become just that. They can't even see that they're being played. Because they got that I'm close to daddy syndrome. I'm close to white daddy. Even other white people feel the same way. I'm white, I'm superior than they are. No, not really. You're not. You're really not superior. I'm not a sports nut. But I watch as certain individuals sit back and talk bad about us. But they can't hold a candle to what we can do. I see how we just want to be left alone. We just want to be in our own world at times. But these people keep invading, they keep invading on us. You got the police sitting around here murdering us. More and more. And we're told by every other culture, if you just would have complied, if you just worth to just kept your mouth closed and let the cops just kick your ass and shoot and kill you, we wouldn't have this problem. You're playing the race card. Well, there's 52 cards in a deck. And we're going to play every last one of them motherfuckers if that's the case. But how can we be playing a race card when racism exists? We didn't create it. It was created to keep one group over another group, to keep us at the bottom. There's going to be some issues pretty soon. There are going to be some bad issues coming pretty soon. And as black people, we need to prepare ourselves for those things. And the reason why I say we need to prepare ourselves for these things, because we can't fight them alone. We need each other. I'm a realist. I see things for what they really are. Everything's not sunshine and rainbows. Not everybody's going to like us. Not everybody's going to be happy around us. Not everybody's going to do this. Not everybody's going to do that. They're going to do what the hell they want to do. And we need to be prepared. But we don't try to be prepared. We walk around like oblivious, like this isn't going to happen to us. I tell my family members, y'all need to get your gun license. And you better get yourself ready, because what's about to happen is going to be a free-for-all on us pretty soon. I always say this, if a war broke out right now, if World War III broke out right now, do you know these people, all of them, Spanish, white, Asian, Indian, whatever, They will get their guns and they will come into black neighborhoods and shoot and kill us because guess what? Like that guy said in Mississippi Burning, you left me a nigger, but at least I shot me a nigger. You know what I mean? That's how they feel. I'm gonna go out and kill me a black person. I can't go to jail now because it's a free fall. We can go out and kill whoever we want. A few years back, when the Purge movie, the last Purge movie came out, it was a write-up in the newspaper from where I'm from. And they spoke about if the government allowed the Purge type of shit go on here in New Jersey, they asked people, what would you do? A lot of white people, they didn't say, oh, we'll go out and rob a bank and we'll do this, we'll do that. The first thing a lot of them folks did, and a lot of other groups did, they said we will go to the black community and shoot and kill a bunch of niggas. That was their word that they put in the paper. That was the first thing that popped out their mouth. The first thing that popped out their goddamn mouth was that they would go out and shoot and kill us. We'll go into the black areas and we'll rain hell on them and take out as many as we can take out. I still remember that to this day. You had everybody from whites to Asians to everybody in between. Even some of the Spanish folks, the ones that live around here. On my way home tonight, I saw a Spanish dude with these tattoos on his face. A lot of them with tattoos on their face are gang members. I'll give it until next year. Watch how these people are going to start trying to firebomb us out our homes. That we've been living here before they even got here. And watch how we going to react. None of us are going to fight back. It'll be a small remnant. But they're going to turn around and we're going to be walking down, one or two of us going to be walking down the street, and it's going to be like 7, 8 of them, and they either going to stab us up, kill us, or jump us. See, the United States government knew what they were doing. They're using them to clear out all the major cities that blacks live in. This is why I try to tell black people, don't think it's not far-fetched that this is acting the way it's acting. You voted for a guy who sat down and he told you that he didn't want to see his kids in an urban jungle. He don't want niggas and niggas being bused to his kid's school. Keep them in their zoos. Let me tell you something. An old dog can't learn a new trick. Leopards can't change their spots. Racist people can never change. I ain't gonna say they can never change, but when they that old and they still feel that same way, they'll never change. They'll be like that to the day they die. That's just who they are. This is why I advocate for our people to become congressmen and congresswomen. Get into the mayoral running. Get into becoming district leaders and go from mayor and governor and stuff like that and go into higher office instead of you trying to be some type of fucking celebrity. See, they know how they got our minds all rigged. See, we like children. We're perpetual children. We can't determine reality from fantasy. See, they flood us with images like Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, rappers, degenerate bullshit, and tell us, hey, listen to these people because they're leading you. I've never seen white America, Asian America, Spanish America, none of these people, Indian America, nobody being told that we should let our entertainers be our spokesmen or they're our leaders. Number one, do we need a leader? Yeah. We need somebody because you know what? That's all we always wanted was somebody to tell us what to do. And it's a shame we don't know how to get on code enough to not have a leader. To know, hey, listen, we ain't voting for this person, or we're not doing this, we're not talking about that, we're not saying anything, we're going to keep our mouth closed. When they talk to us about it, what we say is, hey, I have no dog in that fight. I plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. What do you think about Gaza? Fifth. Do you think that Russia's gonna fifth? What do you think about China? Fifth. What about the LGBT? Fifth. We need to learn how to shut our freaking mouths and just let shit go. We mind our own business. We start building up our neighborhoods. All the money that we take to buy stupid shit. You buying cars and you're crashing them up because you want to get high all the time, or you want to drive around drunk, or you have no respect for other people's property. Not even your own. Your kids are disrespectful. Don't know how to leave people shit alone. People will incriminate themselves just for fucking likes. We are the dumbest fucking group of people on this planet. A lot of y'all might sit there and say, no, we're not. We're not dumb. We're the brightest people. No, we are dumb because we do dumb shit. We don't know how to keep our mouth closed, talk when it's needed. We don't know how to move in silence. We don't know how to let go of the phones. We don't know how to let go of this. We don't know how to let go. We don't know how to do shit to make things right for ourselves. All we want to do is get drunk, high, have sex, wear very expensive shit that we really can't afford because we like to floss on each other. It's like when you go like Easter time. Easter time, you floss. You didn't even go to church. You walked around with a suit on around your neighborhood when I was little. Or you had a brand new pair of sneakers and a nice little outfit to walk around for Easter. If I had kids, I wouldn't buy you shit for Easter. Easter's another fucking day. people sit there and say, oh man, you a cheap son of a bitch. You ain't gonna buy your kids. No, they don't need that. You lose the whole value of what Easter's supposed to mean. It's supposed to be the resurrection of Jesus. We supposed to be celebrating that, not walking around looking like $500 worth of cash and we only got 10 cents in our pocket after that. Come on. We're not going to church, a lot of us. A lot of us ain't doing something that's constructive. We're walking around looking like fools. We don't think clearly enough for ourselves. We don't sit down and say, something's wrong. What are we doing wrong? You know what we're doing wrong, people? We're listening to folks who don't have their best interests for us. And we're listening to our parents who have never taught us shit. A lot of us, let's play this. A certain amount of our parents didn't teach us shit. And ain't teaching us shit. Your parent is out there too busy trying to get their booty hole waxed. Trying to get their penis wet. Or they too busy working to put a freaking roof over your head and clothes on your back and a food in your stomach. 1984. We're too busy being slaves to a system that says the wheels are in motion. There's no stopping this. And the only thing to stop this is a higher power. God. Yahweh. Well, as black people, we all must come together underneath one umbrella, which is Him, and say, you know what, God, do what you must do because we are ready. We want to be repentant of all of our sins. We come to you righteously. We want to change. We're tired of what's going on. But see, a lot of us are still stuck in the world. Nobody wants to hear that. You're still stuck in the world, fool. Yeah, I like my music. I like sitting around in my car, driving around looking for girls all night. You know what I'm saying, dog? Yeah. I like getting high, dog. I like getting faded, dog. I like wearing all this expensive stuff, you know what I mean? Stuff I shouldn't be buying, but you know what? I still live in the projects, dog. I live with my homies. I'm on my aunt's floor because I can't afford to get my own apartment because I don't know how to live by myself, dog. I don't know how to cook, so I make sure my kids get McDonald's every night, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, dog. I don't cook for my kids, but I cook for that man that came out of jail last night. I let my kids raise themselves, dog. I let them watch porn, dog. Man, we need to grow the fuck up. Everybody else is flying right by us. We got these dang illegals coming in here. They're getting help from the government. The government is just cold-bloodedly giving them everything they want. New cars, places to live. Materials for their new homes. For the homes they gave them. Well, they gotta live somewhere. They need a driver's license. They gotta have this. They don't have to have nothing because guess what? They didn't earn it. But this has always been America. We'll give to everybody else, but we won't give to the blacks. People who've been here that you've deprived. I tell you, man, we are stuck in a place that we shouldn't even be stuck. But we choose to stay stuck because of what? Why do we choose to stay stuck? Because we see no future in our lives? That could be one. That could be one. The hopelessness we see, the things we deal in, we won't become doctors so we can treat each other. And it's the funny part. I want to say this real quick. The funny part is we all got a talent. A lot of us don't even use our talents. And sometimes our talents are overlooked because the people who are in charge are running shit. Let's put it like that. The people who's running things. They have to keep themselves mediocre. They're mediocre, so they have to keep themselves seeming like they're the best at whatever. I look at artwork. When they do artwork, their artwork look like child shit. Like somebody just took a dump and just left it on a piece of canvas or on a piece of paper and put some food coloring on it. Oh, that's art. Where you got some people who can really draw and paint real nice and do great work, because they're not a white person who created it or somebody else who created it, they're not as good. Case in point, about 21 years ago, 21, 22 years ago, I was working at this one place. And I used to keep my sketch pad with me, so I had drew something. So the guy sees a couple of my drawings. He's like, "You drew this?" And I said, "Yeah." So he was like, like it was ugly. Like, you know, he told me straight up, like, you know, I seen better. My nephew can draw better than you. Okay. I said, "I'd like to see your nephew's work." He never brought it by nothing. A couple weeks later, I had another art pad, and we had a guy, he was an artist too. So I put it on his thing and I drew something. And don't you know that guy said, "You draw too?" He's like, "Yeah." He told me, "Yeah, I draw." He said, "Why?" He said, "This is yours?" And he didn't say nothing at first. He's gonna say, "Nah, you know, this is the Battle Blasters." He's like, nah. He said, "Yeah, that's mine." So he goes in there and sees a couple of the drawings I did. He said, "You drew Optimus Prime? Damn, you can draw, you know, better than the Battle Blaster. He did an Optimus Prime. It don't look like this. Same damn Optimus Prime, just in a different pose." He said, "Wow, thank you." Now I'm standing there. And later on, he comes back to him and says, show that Optimus Prime again." He said, "You got to go over to the Battle Blasters because it's actually his drawing." Don't you know that guy said, "Well, what? He drew that?" He said, "Yeah, he can draw." He said, "I draw too, but I don't draw like that. I don't draw Optimus Prime and this, that, the other. He said, I draw sceneries. I paint and draw scenery. The guy said, well, why did you tell me you drew it? He said, because he said he wanted to see what you would say. Well, it didn't look like the other drawing. That drawing looked different. You know what I mean? You must have drew. You had to draw that. I don't think you can draw that good. He said, man, that dude can draw. He can do this. He can do that. When they found out I built guitars at that time, he's like, you made that guitar? I said, yeah. I don't think you made it all by yourself. I said, I didn't paint it. I can tell you that much. And he said, oh, I now I know you really didn't make that guitar. I said, no, I made it. I said, why you think I didn't make it? You can't make stuff like this. See, they always have this. They got this type of like hatred thing with us. They can't believe we do good things and great things. But they'll sit up there and swear up and down that they're better. This man couldn't draw his way out of a damn wet paper bag. But he sat down and told me that I didn't draw it. He can't even build a guitar, but he told me I didn't build it. Then he had nerve to tell me I couldn't play. Never heard me play a day in my life. Excuse me. He never heard me play a day in his life. Excuse me. But he told me I can't play. See, they always got this thing in their head that we can't do certain shit. Do you know the guitar was actually called a lyre and it was created by black people? The modern guitar was redone during the 1800s, like the 1700s. And it wasn't a white person who made it. It was a black man. It was a slave. Just like the violin, black people called it a fiddle. It was the way we would play it. We played it with like the way you hear country folks play now. That's the way we played. Do you know they used to do jamborees? And when they would do, the white people would do jamborees, they would either rent out their slave to play the jamboree for the white folks. I'm going to end this real quick, but the thing why I'm saying these things is, as black people, we have done so much, and we can do so much. And I'm not saying that other cultures don't have talent. Yeah, they do. But a lot of them get their talents from us. They get their inspiration from us. They'll talk shit about us, and then secretly they'll go back and try to do it again. I saw this Indian guy. They have something called Bollywood in India, and they do these like little musicals and stuff. You got the guy doing Thriller. He got a fake ass Thriller jacket on, and he's doing fake ass Michael Jackson and trying to throw their shit up in there. You know how they dance. You know, all goofy and shit. And then I saw another one later on. This was a long time ago. I saw this back in the 90s. If you remember Mary J. Blige, the song Real Love, where they got the big oversized shorts and they got the baseball jerseys on and they got the hat on with their hair, the ponytail sticking out the top of the hat. Do you know, and I'm going to say this, do you know Indian people back in the 90s did that same exact look? And they did their own little version of Real Love. Which was it, Real Love? We are so hated, but at the same time, we are so duplicated. Only thing I can say about this is, when will we learn? When will we learn? When will we sit down and say enough is enough? These people, they'll take everything from us that we create and then sit back and say, well, we did it first, or we did it better. We need to start circling our wagons and saying enough is enough. We need to start becoming doctors, lawyers, dentists, congressmen, people in the political ring. We need to seek power of our own instead of waiting for somebody else to give it to us. Because if we keep doing the way we're doing, like I said, the next 5 or 10 years, we're done. We're basically done now. I watch as I'm riding through my town. There's nothing but these foreigners who can't speak English opening up stores in our neighborhoods, buying houses, or not even buying houses, they're being given houses in our neighborhood. They got all this money coming to them every month. A lot of them don't even want to fucking work. Our city is so... Our black cities and black towns are always underfunded. But as soon as these people come in, the funds go directly to them. They know what they're doing. The fact is, we have to start knowing what to do on our own. We have to start building together instead of trying to outdo each other by flexing against each other. Time is really short. And once these people really go full-fledged into what they're doing, none of this ain't really going to matter anyway, because those same people who hate us, they'll be right next to us being slaves, even the white folks who think that they're part of the team. And as far as those black people in the so-called high places, remember what happened to the Jewish people in World War II who sold their own people out? If you remember, a lot of those guys, it was a bunch of them that sold out their own people thinking that they would be able to go to Austria or move to another place without being caught up in being sent to prison camps. They were sent to prison camps as well. Big time. And then when they got in those carts with their people, I heard a lot of their people just beat the hell out of them or killed some of them people because they were like, yo, how could you fucking sell us out like that? Now you a part of the problem. So guess what? You're about to catch it. We're heading that same direction. Our people are selling us down the goddamn river. And when they say, hey, all you blackies, you darkies, y'all get in this train and we're going to take you to these concentration camps and start, destroying you, guess what's going to happen? Those Tiffany Crosses, those Al Sharptons, those Barack Obamas, and all them other people who helped destroy us, they're going to be right there along with us. Heading to those camps. Alright, y'all, this is the Battle Blaster. I'm going to let you go. I got things to do. Peace.